Today's lesson is going to be solving quadratic equation using quadratic formula. So the very important thing is you have to have this memorized, which is first of all, you have to be in standard form. And then we're going to write down A, B, and C, and we're going to plug in your A, B, and C. And once you do that, then we can figure out, do we need to factors and do we need to break down our square root. So before we do anything else, what we're going to have is have to find the exact answer right here, and then we're going to do approximation answers to the hundredth place. That means to decimal place. So before I do anything else, I would like to write down my A, B, and C. So my A is going to be 2, and then make sure you guys understand that we have to be in the standard form. So we have to make sure everything equal to 0 on one side. A equals 2 and B equals 7 and C equals -9. And once you do that, you'll have -b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And to do that, you're going to have -7 because b is 7 plus or minus square root of b squared, which is 7 squared, minus 4. A is going to be 2 and c is going to be -9. And when you plug in the bottom, that's denominator, that's 2 times 2, and then work out your math. So when you do that, that's going to be -7 plus or minus square root of 49. Now don't forget, it's order of operation, so -4 have to times -9 first, or some of you guys would prefer to do it as -8 times -9. Always say your signs. So -8 times -9 is plus 72, and divide by 2 times 2 is 4. So then what you're going to have is -7 plus or minus square root 121 and divide by 4. And because square root 21 is really 11, so I'm going to break it down. -7 plus or minus perfect square root is going to be 121 is a perfect square. Square root of perfect square is going to be just the base number. So in this case, that's going to be 4. Now to write this separately, make sure you understand is you got to simplify. So it's -7 plus 11 over 4. And then you have -7 minus 11 over 4. And that's going to give you -7 plus 11. It's going to be 4 over 4. And then you'll have -7 minus 11. That's going to be -18 over 4. And when you reduce it, that's going to be 1. And when you reduce it, -18 over 4, that's going to be 9 over 2. Sorry, that should be -9 over 2. And then because of that, x is going to be equal to 1, or x equals -9 over 2. So x equals 1 and x equals -2. So that's your answer on how to solve a quadratic formula. Okay, and then example 2, we're gonna try it, and then make sure the first step is gonna be moving the 1 over, because don't forget one side has to equal 0, and so that will be 3x squared minus 5x plus 1 equals 0. Your A is going to be 3, your B is going to be -5, your C is equal to 1. And when you plug it in, that's going to be -b over 2a, so -b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a, and that's going to be negative of -5 plus or minus -5 squared minus 4 times 3 times 1 over 2 times 3. And when you have that, that's going to be 5 plus or minus 25 minus 12 over 6 and equals to 5 plus or minus square root 13 over 6. Now, when you do that, because the square root 13 is not going to be exact, we're going to leave it like that as an exact answer. And then we're going to punch in the calculator to get the whole split up quadratic answer. So approximation of the quadratic answer. So the first one is going to be 5 plus square root 13 over 6. The second one is going to be 5 minus square root 13 over 6. And when you do that, you have to understand we are going to have approximation. All right, so get your calculator out and let's try it. And then to do that, you have to understand based off order of operation, you have to put the parenthesis around the top, the numerator, top of the fraction. Or you need to make sure that you do 5 minus 13, square root 13, press enter, then divide by 6. So I will show you both. And then so in this case, the 5 plus square root 13. All right, now close parenthesis, you do use the arrow, and then that will be just the top part. And then press enter. Then you're going to take that number, divide by the 6 right here. So that's divide by 6, and that's going to be 1.43. The reason we run it to 43 because that is a decimal place, hundredth place. So it's going to be 1.43. Then we're going to do the next one. It's going to be 5 minus second x squared, which is root, and then you're going to do 13. It's a minus, arrow key, and press enter, divide by 6, and that's going to be 0.23. So one last cap on this right here with a square root. That's the exact answer. And the ones that with approximation decimal, that is going to be the approximate answer. Thank you so much for watching.